Good morning. It's like 8 o'clock right now. I have a big bag of potting soil right here. And my mother-in-law got me this mug for my birthday. It's from Jessica over at Roots and Refuge and her coffee company that she owns. But that's very sweet, so I'm drinking out of that this morning. It's a wonderful mug. It's got like a little perfect little thumb divot in the handle, which I love. But today I have a lot to do. We have this big old bag of potting soil. I've got some like kind of small to mid-sized pots. I want to up pot some stuff. I've also got these are like berry containers from the grocery store that are, you know, bigger than an egg crate. They're not huge, but like it's a good like medium size kind of thing to start with. Just because I feel like the strike beans, the snap peas, and the tomatoes will probably all appreciate having a little more room to get their roots going. Let's see. I've got this lovely hosta, whatever you want to call it. It's a Hosta Liberty. It's a full shade one. I might show you once I pot it. My front door in my apartment gets like 0 sunlight. It faces east-west. Yeah, so it faces the north. My front door does. And our whole building is here. My porch and my big windows face kind of like southwest-ish, and so it's kind of northeast and doesn't really get any sunlight like at all. So I thought a hosta would be perfect for out there. Because I have like a wreath and like a welcome mat, but I always just feel like I need a plant by my front door. It just looks kind of like dead and dingy out there. But yeah, so I thought this would be nice, and I have a decent sized pot that I think it'll do well in. But yeah, I've got to pot some stuff. I want to apply for some jobs today. I want to go for a walk. I need to do laundry. Kind of just a lot of everything. I do rover, so I have to go walk dogs for like other people. But yeah, so that's kind of my day. I might bring you along for little parts throughout, and we'll see what we get done. Probably won't get to all of it, which is fine. But yeah, just wanted to say good morning, show off my lovely new mug. I love it so much. I commented on one of Jess's videos, and I'll tell the story here, but my mother-in-law lives in South Carolina, and Jess from Roots and Refuge does as well. Her coffee shop is there. And so, but I live in Washington State, as you guys know. And so my mother-in-law asked what I wanted for my birthday, and I was like, I literally just want this mug. I was like, you can drive there and get it, or get it shipped to you, just because it's closer. I was like, I don't know what's more convenient. But so she decided to drive to the little town that the coffee shop is in, and the shop was closed that day, but Jess was there because I guess they were like testing out some new coffee roasts or something cool. But yeah, so my mother-in-law went in and like got to meet Jess and just gave me like some stickers and signed a little note with like a sweet little thing. But yeah, so I don't know, that was just really special, and my favorite gifts are like handmade things and thrifted things, or things that come with a story like that, and where she like got to actually meet kind of my inspiration for wanting to do this whole start where you are gardening in an apartment thing. But yeah, so that was just really sweet. And I guess I also might be moving this summer. I don't know if I've shared that on here at all. But my husband's like applying to jobs that are back in our hometown. And I just do rover right now. And so like that's movable, obviously. And we kind of just have been wanting to move back home anyway. I always had a weird kind of relationship with that, but getting a little bit older, and my sister and my husband's sister both have kids now, and like for both of us, like our aunts and uncles weren't really around growing up, and we didn't really have like super close family nearby, and we both kind of don't want to perpetuate that. And we've been thinking about going home anyway, but it was just, you know, that's like a nice little cherry on top. It's like, oh, we can actually be present aunts and uncles and, you know, just be home and be familiar. And, you know, there's like good and bad to that, but I think the good outweigh the bad at this point in our lives. But yeah, so that's kind of giving me weird feelings about the garden, because I've moved with my houseplants so many times, and so many of them are like 3-4 feet tall and are like very fragile, and you know, like they're not just like little pots of succulents or cacti, like they're fragile, big, leafy, tropical like things, and so moving like can shock them, and they have a lot of problems sometimes, or they get all wilty and I'm like, eh, you know, like I don't know if they'll be okay after, but we'll see. But yeah, so that's making me feel weird about the garden, the fruit, vegetable, herb garden stuff, like the actual edible bits, because I've never like moved with those kinds of plants. I can't imagine that stress would be very good for them. And like if we do move, it'll probably be, like it could literally be anywhere between June and August. I have to figure out exactly when our lease is up here, but yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm just at a weird point where like I planted seeds. They want to grow. I got pots. I'm gonna up-pot them. But I don't want to be getting to like the finish line kind of, or like being in the middle of summer and have to move and then all of them just die. Like that sounds like that would kind of suck. So I don't know. I'm in a weird spot with it right now. But also this whole channel is supposed to be about starting where you are. And right now I'm in an apartment and we're, I guess, young adults technically still. I don't know. We're 26. I feel like we're adults, but we're also like kind of young adults still. I don't know. But like, you know, we're still looking for jobs and thinking about where we might want to settle down, at least for a little while. And so moving is gonna be something that comes up and gets in the way. And that's just what it is. And then if I do move with all those plants still living and thriving and doing their thing in the middle of summer, you know, I can share that with you guys, and maybe I'll be like, oh, the tomatoes did great, but the cucumbers, not happening. Or, you know, the bell peppers did great, but all the tomatoes got too stressed out and just dropped everything and died, or, you know, whatever it is. But I can share that with you guys, and we can see what happens. I'm still happy that I started all the seeds, regardless of what happens. We'll just have to see how it goes, I guess. But that was a very long-winded way of updating you and just dragging you along for the day. So if you're here to chill, awesome. Let's get into it, I guess. My friend Kelsey, in her crafty infinite wisdom, went ahead and made me 2 more shirts. This one's got the logo on a little pocket. I like the color a lot too. It's like it's a very like lilac-y, thanks though, like a very lilac-y, like springy purple, very pastel-y and cute, especially with Easter coming up. Don't mind the cake box, that was from my birthday cake. So that's cute. I like it. And then we'll try on the next one. So this one is just like a nice kind of like light brown taupey color, and then it's got it real big on the back. I think it's very cute. It looks great. And then she also, I almost forgot to show you guys, the glass bottles that I got, she must have just ordered them herself. And then, I hope this shows up. Yeah, you can see like she etched the logo into the glass. There we go. With the light behind it, you can see a little better. It's also really glary. It's hard to show, but it looks really cool and it's really good. And then it's a bottle that I already know I like, so it's not gonna like break or anything, which is nice. But yeah, I love these new shirts. I like the purple and the light green one for like spring and summer, and then I feel like this is gonna be really good for like fall, and then just all the time because it's neutrally. But yeah, very cute. But I just went and took a nice like 20-30 minute walk, something like that. I'm trying to make that like a routine in the mornings. I know I walk dogs, but I don't know, I'm usually like focused on the dog during that, not really me. And so I want to start taking morning walks more for just like mental processing, enjoyment of nature, just focusing on myself, or like listening to a podcast I like while doing something instead of just like sitting at my computer kind of rotting. So yeah, but went and did a nice little walk. I think I'm gonna have a second cup of coffee now that I just got back. I've got some laundry going. Probably make a little breakfast, just like some scrambled eggs and a piece of toast. I put my house outside. I've been bringing it in at night still because it's getting down to like the mid-30s. And I bought it from a grocery store where they had it outside, but I think they like wheel their plants in at night when it gets cold. So I've been bringing it in at night. I'll probably do that until it stays above like 40, 42 for the lows. But yeah. So that's chill. Nothing else new so far. Yeah. I hope you like the shirts. I like the shirts too. I need to ask her if she has or if she'll ever have, or if she wants to have like a website to share, because she also made me like a koozie, like a can koozie that says like Crazy Plant Lady, and it's really cool. The text on it is like what she printed it with is like a holographic thing, and so the color changes. It's really pretty. And she also gave us a dog toy because it was my dog's birthday in February, so it was a little late dog present. It was very cute. It's like a little cactus, so very on brand with the plants. But yeah. That's enough out of me. I'm gonna have coffee, make some breakfast. I'll check in with you later. Yeah. How are you? You coming through? I've got the laundry machines that way, and then I kind of open this closet hall door just to block the sound. Oh goodness. Good morning, afternoon, evening. It's the next morning now. I just showered, so my hair's all wet and whatnot, but whatever. Yesterday I kind of just did a lot of house stuff and thought about what I want to pot things in. So right now I'm making some coffee and a little to-go cup. I'm gonna go take another little walk because I'm trying to make that a daily thing. Just to move and get more steps. And I know it's really good for me mentally, like whenever I've done it in the past. So that's nice. I'm gonna bring a little coffee. It looks really nice and sunny out, so that should be good. And then when I come back, I'm gonna throw dinner in the crock pot. And then I'm gonna come up with some kind of plan for potting the things, which I'm gonna make a separate video actually. That's like just that segment. And yeah, I don't know if I want to call it something like a little sip and sew or leaves and lattes or something to do with like planting and coffee and chatting. And they can just be little, like a little recurring thing, because I have not only the seedlings that need to be, that's full, really living on the edge there, because I have not only the seedlings, like the new guys that need to be uppotted, but realistically like 95% of my houseplants need to be repotted. I got that new hosta, so I'm just dumping some coffee out so I have room for cream. That new hosta, whatever, that I got needs to go in a pot. Yeah. So it could definitely be a recurring thing and go on for a good while. And I'm always going to be getting more plants, and things are always going to need to be repotted, uppotted, soil amended, new pots, whatever it is. So I think that would be cute and fun. Let me know. I don't know. Like if you guys ever have questions, we could answer those in the future. Like, I don't know. It could be fun. Hi, Daisy. I got this coconut creamer. I always drink this in whenever it starts to warm up outside. Coconut's like my favorite flavor ever. But yeah, so I'll take a little walk, I'll come back, start dinner, have some breakfast, and then I'll probably work out how I want to set up the whole potting thing for today. Whether I want to do it like on the dining table or put a flat sheet down on the floor in the living room and just do it on the ground, because that would give me more space to work with. But then there's also the dog might run or walk through the soil and track it everywhere. But then the dining table is like pretty limited space, and that's a big bag of dirt, what you saw earlier and in the last video. I also put out those two little like ambiance type videos. So good. But I put out those two little like ambiance type videos off the back porch, and I don't know, I really always need like white noise ambiance type stuff whenever I'm working at my computer. It just helps me like tune out everything outside, but then also all the stuff in here. I spend too much time focused on what's happening in here, and then I just feel anxious about everything and have a hard time working. So if I have another sound that has enough going on and I turn up loud enough, it kind of helps drown out me and everything outside of me. So I find that helpful. I don't know if you guys do. Otherwise, I also just think it's nice to watch the rain and the plants as like the sun came up in that first one, because you definitely see them like stand up more as the sun comes out. It's really cute. And then also, like, whenever I move away from here, I think it'll just be nice to, like, have that view recorded and the sounds of the park and everything. So, yeah. But yeah, so coffee acquired. I got this in Disneyland. I actually got it for my husband, who was my boyfriend at the time. What year was that? It was like right after we started dating, actually. My family, it was like my dad, my stepmom, and then my siblings and me did a road trip from Washington down to Disneyland, and we rented like a minivan, and I think it was November when we went, and there were like highway closures and stuff because the snow was so bad. We were in a minivan, so we got stuck a time or two. Like, we got stuck outside of a Subway, and my brother and 2 Subway employees had to come out and like push the minivans just so we could make it out of the parking lot. It was wild. But anyways, that's the trip that this was from. I think, what, that was 2015. So I was 16, yeah. So, and I just turned 26 actually, so I've had this guy for 10 years. I didn't think about that. But yeah. It's a good little cup. Anyway, I'm gonna go do that walk. I will stop yapping. I'll check in with you, I guess, while I'm setting up. I'll show the setup for the whole potting station thing here, and then in the other video will just be like the potting and the yapping and the coffee. That's what we'll do. Thanks for your input. That's what we'll do. Okay. Hello. Is the lighting okay? It's kind of as good as it's gonna get, huh? Let me turn on the street lights. Hi. Okay. I went on my walk. That was wonderful. It's like 40 minutes. It was really nice outside. And I listened to a funny podcast. It was great. So now I'm back home. I had breakfast. I started dinner. Just doing like a salsa chicken in the crock pot, the classic white woman, you know. So that's going. And then, yeah, I think I'm gonna make another cup of coffee. I'm gonna try to set up, just get everything that I need to pot on the table. And then I've got a dog I have to go walk and a cat I have to go check on today for Rover. So I'm gonna go do those things after I set up, come back, and then hopefully I get everything set up and I should be able to just jump right into potting stuff. And then, I don't know, maybe I'll check in after that and just kind of say hey. In the meantime, I'm gonna put you out on the porch because there is some lovely bird song and it's just a really pretty nice day, so I hope you enjoy that. I lied. I'm going to wait to make my coffee until, what am I trying to say? I'm gonna wait to make my coffee until I'm like actually ready to go, and then I'll just use that little to-go cup again. But yeah, I think I'm gonna set up, let you guys watch me just grab all the plants that I'm gonna repot today. I'll do others in the future, obviously. I'm just not gonna do everything in one day. But I think I'm gonna do all the seedlings because they need it bad. So yeah, enjoy that. Good morning. My dog's eating, so sorry if you can hear her. But it's day 3 of whatever this little to do things with me but not really thing is, whatever this video is. But I just wanted to come in and close it out. Last night I shot the potting chatty update video. But you can see everything is doing really well overnight. It doesn't look like there were any huge, at least not yet, any huge shocks that killed anybody. But yeah, everyone's looking great. I just want to say thanks for tagging along. I don't really know what this video was. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you would like more little vlog, it's not really vloggy though because I didn't like take you anywhere. But I don't know, if you like more just kind of like day in the life, chatty, chill vibes, let me know. Drop a like or a comment. That helps me out a lot too. If you want updates on the plants and stuff in between videos, check out my Instagram. I've always got little updates over there. But yeah, I'm about to go for my 3rd little morning walk in a row. Little wins. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Like, comment, follow, subscribe, all the things if you wanna. Thank you. Bye.